Hey, how's it going? Noragami Aragoto episode 3 pretty much is very informative in terms of what is going on with most of the characters that sort of, or at least what happened in the last episode is hitting people very hard, especially since, you know, how this episode starts off. You know, with it going on with them talking about how Yato, how like he doesn't want to be forgotten and he pretty much doesn't want to go through the whole Hiyori forgetting him, forgetting him thing again. Sorry, but it is very rewarding to actually sort of see him and Hiyori sort of have like a back and forth. But I mean, like, because you know she does actually assure him that like she won't ever forget about him, which does sort of make him happy, of course. But then that cuts into the whole Yukine thing of him trying to go see his friend and whatnot, in which that, again, like I said last video, Yato tells him, stay away from that fucking tree. Of course, he does it anyway. He goes, Yukine goes over there, runs into Kazuma, and then slowly realizes that his friend has actually died, to the point where that he actually jumps on like Kazuma's back and rides it all the way to Bishamon's manor, to where that he pretty much like gives her a talking to about how most of her weapons feel and shit, of saying like, I guess he just didn't realize that she didn't get it, but either way he did sort of kinda had a breakdown there, and he took it out on Bishamon, to the point where she sort of took that as, because like before the doctor actually said something about Kazuma keeping secrets from her, of him going to purify Yukine with like 2 other regalia, and pretty much it did actually sort of play out in a very interesting way, to where that she almost released Kazuma, and you know she did banish him from the household. But this sort of ended to work in a very interesting favor, because like before that though, there was a whole thing of like her being blighted in one of the other like regalia, of them actually sort of like putting that on her. So of course, you know, Kazuma's like recognition as of late has been detracting. So of course, when he did get kicked out, that did turn into a problem. All the other regalia still under Bishamon's order, they do sort of go on and say, what the fuck was it? Where they were trying to evaluate like how useful Kazuma was, and it's like Kazuma's actually very useful in terms of how they all operate, because he is the man who pretty much like tells them how much power to use and how much this and that to use. There's also another very interesting part that did sort of happen in the middle of that, where that Kazuma, when like he was crashing at the house where Yato and Yukine are staying at right now, where like they were talking about like family and stuff, and he already pretty much said that Yato and Yukine they both act more like a family than what's going on in the Bishamon household, because they're both pretty honest with one another, or at least now since like Yukine has been sort of cleansed and shit, but like it went from him doing that shit to now he's a very normal child. He does normal shit, and also he does sort of speak out whenever like he has a problem with something, and Yato does actually listen, to where that they can actually find like where they can find some middle ground. Whereas in Bishamon's case, it's like she wants all of her regalia to sort of just hold a smile in front of her, which really can lead to the problems in which that she's having right now. So of course, all in all though, with Yukine gone and them doing pretty much whatever, that's when the other girl with the pink hair, who used to also be Bishamon's armor, she goes out and she tries to attack Yato, and of course she does lead him away, and of course she gets kidnapped along with Kazuma, who tries to stop the doctor but doesn't really work out too well, and he does get knocked out and thrown into a spirit prison, which is pretty fucked up. But all in all though, this episode was actually really fun, and it was very very informative in terms of what is going on with most of these people so far, and things are really starting to heat up, and the doctor's plans are really working out for the better. But that is what I gotta say about that. Please tell me what you think about this down there in the comment section. I'll catch you guys on the next Jongravesshow. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.